You asked, and we, as gracious lords, shall oblige. I'm Adam Andrews with Top 10 Nerd, and this is part 2 of the top 10, or I guess now 20, most useful Iron Man suits you've never seen before. Number 10, Stealth Armor. Yes, Iron Man has a stealth suit. Are you surprised? You're gonna say no, right? Right? There are many iterations of this suit, but just for the sake of this video, and my sanity, we are only going to cover the first one. This appeared in Iron Man 152 when Tony used the suit to infiltrate the Heaven's Hand fortress. Now, the armor itself prioritizes stealth over everything else, meaning it isn't really meant for combat. But to make up for that, the suit has a radar absorbing coating, ECM jamming, and a plasma force field thingy to distort radar and sonar. It had stealthy flight capabilities, and eventually it also had camouflage. Later iterations were much more advanced, but this is probably one of the more useful suits for many different circumstances. 9. Endo-Sym Armor. I saw some of you guys suggest this one, so I wanted to give it a spot. The Endo-Sym Armor is a super slick and capable version of the Iron Man armor. A lot of you have probably heard of it, but whatever. This armor first fully debuted in the Superior Iron Man story when Tony's moral axis was switched. The suit is based off of symbiote biology, meaning the process of the liquid metal suiting up is completely psionic. It's basically almost alive, not having its own intelligence, but can form into an armor without the user inside of it to command it. Tony can even send the suit out onto another person to protect or trap them. The repulsors are uber powerful. It has rocket boosted punches, can absorb electromagnetic energy, and it's not weak to sonic attacks like most symbiotes. It's also super stylish. Number 8, Rescue Armor. Thanks to the MCU, many people probably know that Pepper Potts has an Iron Man-like suit. Donning her armor, she becomes the hero Rescue. The armor was secretly designed by Tony for use by Pepper. The suit isn't really built for offense. Its specialties are more emergency search and rescue. The original thrusters don't even create heat, but it does have repulsors and finger lasers. The suit can fly and gives Pepper super speed and strength. It also lets her manipulate magnetic fields. The armor also is capable of generating force fields that are strong enough to catch airplanes, as an example. It generally remains the same in all its iterations, being used primarily for defense, except the MCU suit, which was clearly very offensive. Like, as in it could fight, not that it was offending people. Offensive. You get it. Number 7, Bleeding Edge Armor. So the Bleeding Edge armor is a lot like the armor we see in the Infinity War and Endgame movies, meaning it's almost like a liquid armor. It's actually made of microbots, but hey, tomato tomato. The bots can take the form of clothes, other armors, or even beings upon Tony's skin. As well as that, the suit can form a bunch of different weapons. The part about this suit that I think makes it ultimately the most useful is its RT node. This powers both the suit and Tony's transhuman body. It grants him a crazy augmented intelligence and superhuman multitasking and learning abilities. Meaning, it makes the super genius even more super genius-y. Number 6, Ice Armor. This armor, more than anything, shows the vast range of Tony Stark's mind. The Ice Armor came to be when Tony Stark was sent back in time to 1 million BC. Tony had to make this suit out of whatever materials he had around. So at the time, it was a limited amount of vibranium that he turned into batteries and circuitry of his ruined modern armor. The suit defensively was kind of impressive, considering it was able to hold up against a fight with Mephisto, even if it got damaged. The weapon systems were super low tech, like so low tech it fired icicles. I'm sure this was pretty high tech though for 1 million BC. Number 5, Iron Destroyer Armor. During the Fear Itself storyline, the god Odin let Tony Stark have access to the forges of Nidavellir to create weapons to counter the Serpent and his forces. Tony created a whole bunch of Uru metal weapons for himself and a group of other heroes. Tony merged the systems of his Bleeding Edge armor with the Uru metal, turning it into the Iron Destroyer. When Odin left back to Asgard at the end of the fight, the powers of the Uru weapons and the Iron Destroyer armor disappeared. So Tony removed the Uru from the suit and gave it back to the forges along with the rest of the weapons to be melted down and reforged into something else. This armor, as well as the other Uru weapons created, were so sweet. If he could have kept it, the armor would have been extremely useful against so many different threats. Number 4, Renaissance Armor. The Renaissance Armor first appeared in Iron Man Volume 3, Number 1, and was created to be a safe. The Renaissance Armor first appeared in Iron Man Volume 3, Number 1, and was created to be a safe armor. Safe from exposure to other suits' power systems that were causing health problems. So yeah, just based on that, it's already much more useful. It had a sonic ramshot weapon in addition to normal sonic weapons, repulsors, pulse bolts, and a unibeam. It had tear gas pellets and a fire extinguishing foam in the left gauntlet. It also had a really cool hamster ball force field bubble thing to protect civilians. It almost seems like it would be a really good riot suit or something like that. Hey y'all, let me stop you for a little word from our sponsors. It's you. Thanks to all your support, we're able to keep bringing you these videos, so thanks a lot. And don't forget to shoot your repulsors at that like button. Okay, on to the top 3. Number 3, the Phoenix Killer Armor. The Model 38, or the Phoenix Killer Armor, first appeared in Avengers vs. X-Men number 5, and was created to counteract the Phoenix. Obviously. So the armor's main purpose was to kill the Phoenix Force. And if you don't know, the Phoenix Force is one of the oldest cosmic entities in the Marvel Universe. It's basically the manifestation of the force of life. It's one of the most powerful and feared entities in the Marvel landscape. And Tony was like, I can kill this with lasers. No, you can't. But what you did do, Tony, was split it in 5, which resulted in 5 mutants, Cyclops, Emma Frost, Namor, Colossus, and Magik becoming avatars to the Phoenix Force. Congratulations, you played yourself. Number 2, Model 53. The Iron Man armor Model 53 was made after Tony's normal armor failed to stop an evil clone of Squirrel Girl. So I'm calling this a Squirrel Girl Buster armor, and you can't stop me, okay? Cool. It was made for the single purpose of countering the abilities of Squirrel Girl. It's got a super cute squirrel head, which has a backup of that aforementioned RT node. It's got repulsors, obviously, but they're strong enough to even knock out Black Panther. And it sort of looks like a Hulkbuster armor, which is interesting. When the evil clone defeats all the other Avengers that Iron Man had assembled, the clone uses their weapons to defeat this suit. But if she didn't have that, Iron Man would probably have been able to take the win here. Probably. Number 1, Model 60. This armor is very interesting. You see, its main ability was to be able to switch into its transportation mode, which was, wait for it, a Vespa. A Vespa that Tony used to go on a date with Janet Van Dyne, the Wasp. Get it? Because Vespa is Italian for wasp. Very slick, Tony. Very slick indeed. The Vespa, plus the helmet Tony wears, can form into an Iron Man suit, which it did when the two were attacked by robots sent by Banetronics. It does all the same things an Iron Man suit does, plus it has a cool energy sword, but it turns into a Vespa, which is the best part about this useful armor. Alright nerds, that concludes the list. I hope you enjoyed part 2 and possibly saw something new. I made a rhyme. Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, I'm Adam Andrews with Top 10 Nerd. Peace out, nerds.